Jeez Louise, it's day 6 already. What happened? I was on day 1 saying I was going to go live every day, and we're on day 6 already. It's crazy. Hello and welcome to my everyday live and business live stream at day 6, where I document my life and business for no other reason other than that I wanted to document it. Actually, I'm going to stop saying this story, but when I reviewed the last 2020 and I went through all the posts, I was going through Instagram and looking what happened, I decided at that point, I was like, I wish I'd have done this on video. I wish I could have documented all those important parts on video. So that's what this live stream is all about. You can follow along or you don't have to. It really makes no difference to me. I'm going to save them all in a folder, and then at the end of the year I'm going to have 365 videos where I can go through and say, Matt, you know, on video number 5 you look tired as shit, mate. Or I should be able to say, you know, in January you were fatter than you were today. That's how I'm hoping that how it works out. Right. Anyway, so let's talk about life. We start with life, everyday life and business. So we start with life. I had a terrible sleep last night. A terrible sleep. I went bed at a reasonable time. It was about sort of 11:30, midnight, and I'd set my alarm half an hour later because I decided with the lockdown, one of the things I could change was the time I got up. Instead of getting up at 7, I would get up at 7:30. That's usually enough in the morning, even though it was 1 degree this morning. It's usually enough to make it a little bit brighter and a little bit warmer. That half an hour difference. So that's it. I'd set my intentions. I was ready, and then I woke up at 5:30, and my brain was like, not only are you not getting sleep, but I'm going to give you this massive headache. And you could say this headache is through lack of alcohol. So it's been, 3 or 4 days now without alcohol. Could be lack of coffee, although I've got my coffee, which I don't think it's lack of coffee, although I've not had much for the last couple of weeks. It's certainly not dehydration, because I've been drinking my 2.5 litres of water every day for the last 5 days. In fact, if anyone can tell me at what time you should stop drinking your water to stop you getting up in the middle of the night for a piss, that would be great. I bet you didn't think you were going to hear that on today's live stream. Oh, I also should remember that if I don't change my post to public, no, I can't see any comments. So if you're here, of course I will say #live and #replay, because that's what you have to put. That is the rules. Yeah, so the downsides of drinking water all the time, of course, is having to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, which is so annoying. Like, I've heard 50-year-olds talk about this, 60-year-olds talk about this, getting up in the middle of the night all the time. But I'm 37. I don't feel like this should be it. And it occurred to me this morning. I was thinking, is the reason that people get up to go toilet often when they get older is because they start to take their health more seriously, they start to drink as much water as they should be drinking? Or am I just the only one that's not got the memo that we should drink a good amount of water until the middle of last year, which is when I got the memo? Outside of the headache, I went back to sleep, or tried to get back to sleep for an hour or so, and then I ended up going back to sleep probably about 7 until about 9:30. So I feel like I've got a full amount of sleep. And so I feel great, but the only downside to all of that, of course, is I've not been for my walk today, and now I'm trying to figure out at what time am I going to go for my walk. If I go for my walk late, that means when I go tomorrow and I go early, there's not going to be much of a rest time in between it. But I'm just sucking it up because I know I've got to do it. It's sitting I was thinking this morning, like, should I just skip today, give my body a rest because it's been 4 days, or do it later on? And my brain's going, well, Matt, you know what you should do, and that's continue and have a break at the weekend, which is what you set out to do. That was your intention. Do what you said you're going to do, you lazy bitch. That's my inner dialogue. Listen, you lazy bitch, get off your ass and go and do it. #live. Have your last drink of water around 8 p.m. then see how you go. I don't usually need to get up though through the night, even at 65, if I don't drink water too late in the evening. Susan, but you're like, what's the word? You're like an enigma, right? Like you're 65 and you're going swimming in wild water. Like, for me, you are the best hope that I've got of getting to 65 and being in some kind of fit shape. So thank you for that. You're an inspiration from that point of view. Oh, and I forgot. I can bring the comments up here. Look, there she is in the water, swimming away. Yeah. So, but I'll take that advice. I will take that advice. 8 p.m. Go toilet before I go sleep. I didn't realise this was going to be a toilet conversation, and then see if I can get through the night. Like I'm a baby. Tomorrow I'll come back on my live and I'll say, oh, you know what? I managed to have a dry night, like you do with your kids. See, the problem with this having these lights yellow. Someone said to me, I look a bit washed out when they're white. Let's go back to white. Look, yeah, white and white. Someone said to me, I look a bit washed out, but the problem is it makes my teeth super yellow. So I quite like the white light, but do you think a bit of orange adds a bit of colour to my face? I mean, welcome to being the king of video and worrying about stupid shit like that. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about business. So as of an hour or so ago, I've got another 2 customers. That's 4 new customers this week, and we're on Wednesday, which I'm really excited about. As I said the other day when I talked about getting 2 new customers the other day, like customers acquisition is the hardest thing. And the 2 customers I've had in the last day, one of them sent me a message. I put it on my story yesterday. They said, hey Matt, I've been following you for a while. I need some help with XYZ. Can you please, how do I book with you? And I said, hey, I've got a strategy call. You can book and we can chat about it, or you can jump in my membership. And this is something I'm going to talk about in my group tonight, actually, but I'll give you just a bit of a preview with it. It's really funny because with the business stuff, like when I thought about this a lot over Christmas, I was like, how am I going to get to my goal is to 6 figures this year in my new business. So my new business started trading 5 days ago, effectively. And I'm like, how am I going to do that? I've got a membership that's not got that many members in it. I need to build that out. I've got courses, masterclasses, all that kind of stuff. But what's the strategy? How am I going to do it? And I realised that I give away a whole bunch of stuff, right? And I'm really happy with that. I've got freebies on my website, kingofvideo.co.uk/freebies, I think. You can go and get that stuff. There's loads of free information I put out in the world. I've got a YouTube channel that we're relaunching next week, which will have even more free information out in the world. But of course, I have to get paid as well. That's the problem. I have to get paid because I've got little people to get dinner for, right? Like I need to pay for them. So my response to general questions that I get now is always going to be the same thing. Now I've said this a lot in the last year, but I always have that inside me that I really just want to help people. But my response is going to be the same thing. When people ask me questions, there's a guy called Luke who sent me a message just before this live asking me about my camera. My response is going to be the same thing. Out of respect for the people that join my academy or pay for strategy calls or join my programs, right? It is, there's 2 ways I can help you. You can take a strategy call with me, which is £97, or you can join my membership, which is £37. And that's going to be it. And I'm nervous about that, to be honest. I'm nervous about that stance because I like helping people. And I know for some people, they're just going to go, no, it's not for me then. I had one person that said to me once when I said that to them about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago now. And she said, well, I just thought you could just help with this little thing. And I'm like, okay, I get that, like, what camera you use or what mic you use might be a little thing. And it might be something, in fact, it definitely is something you can go and research on YouTube. But I'll get you there faster and quicker, and you'll get the right information because I've bought all of the stuff. So you can go and do that research yourself, like I did for many years. Bear in mind I've had a video company for 7 years, or I can just tell you the information. But I'm not going to do it for free anymore, outside of my other free resources. The way we do it. Anyway, she was really. I just found it really rude because I'd helped her. She'd been on 5 days of my challenge. I'd really got to know her. I really liked what she did, and I thought she was great. Ironically, she was becoming a coach, a business mentor, coach kind of person. But she wouldn't pay for a strategy call or jump into my membership. Like, if you don't value the information that you're getting, the people's time, and you're a coach and you're going to ask them for money for what you do, like, how is that going to work out? Like, the person that asked me yesterday, they said, hey, I really need this help. How do I book some time with you, and how much is it? Like, what a wonderful question to ask. Because it tells you straight away, look, I value you. Like, I can't wait for that call now, because they tell you straight away, I value you and what you do. I don't expect that I'm going to get for free. And I do the same when I talk to designers, especially in the creative space. I find the creative arts get abused for this more than any other industry. But I always ask the question, like, just tell me how much it is, or let's jump on a call and so we can discuss the commercials or whatever. Pamela, you joined the academy. I did just see it. I'm so delighted. We had a bit of fun because a bit of a conversation this week, because when I send a mail shot out, I get Pamela's emails back. She's got an out of office. It seems to be on since March, and we had a bit of a laugh about it, because I always look forward to. It's really funny because when you're doing marketing, those little signals that things are working are really important to you. So like when I send an email out, I don't have to check it anymore. Just wait for Pamela's out of office. I'm like, oh, it's been sent then, because Pamela's got it. So I appreciate that, and I'm delighted to have you join. Not just because of that, but also because I really believe I can help you with the stuff that you want to do. Don't forget to book a call in. If you go to the support section of the academy, as a pro member, you can book a turbo call with me. So I'd love you to do that if you want to talk about not just the 30-day challenge, but anything else that you can do video-wise. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to talk about this. The 2 responses thing in my group Grow Your Business with Video tonight, because I really think it's important that you set your intentions, and I feel, it's helped me feel so much better about the way I deal with inquiries, and having these 4 new customers over the last few days has confirmed to me, Matt, you've got to be doing the right thing, because people are coming towards you, and they are. And do you know what? Of the 4 people, outside of you, Pamela, of the 4 people, I don't think I've spoken to the other 3 before. I think they're all either lurkers, people who've been watching on the sidelines, people who and they all just came to me. There's one referral, but the rest came to me and said, I've seen what you've been doing, and I have this question for you, and how can we work together or whatever. All right. That's it. Have a wonderful day. Nice and early today. It's not late because I lack energy in the evenings, certainly at the minute. But thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.